And welcome to the Raleigh County Convention Center. Tonight, Video Productions presents exciting high school basketball. It's the 3-1 Capital Cougars taking on the 1-1 Beckley Flying Eagles. Hello again, everybody. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. We have the heavy hitter, as usual, Mr. Nick Eskins producing and directing, and Jackie Moon on camera. Well, Eric, it's game number 5 for Capital, game number 3 for Beckley. Beckley, we mentioned 1-1. You and I had an opportunity to do Beckley's first game of the regular season last Tuesday, and a disappointing home and season opener, a loss to Greenbrier East on this floor, 58-56, but Beckley bounced back with a road victory Saturday night, beating Buchanan 48-44. So they got a little bit tougher task, I think, here tonight in Capital. Capital's 3-1. They beat a version of Huntington Prep, and I say a version because they do have multiple teams. And it was a 58-32 win for Capital. They beat Greater Beckley 70-55, losing to Parkersburg South 87-69, and then beating Tays Valley 62-44. So I think you can make a case for Capital. Obviously, this is their first real test for them early in the season. And Beckley, I think, got tested against Greenbrier East, but another big test here tonight.
Yeah, and the thing that sticks out for me early on in this game is to see how this Beckley offense can match up with that Capital. You know, you're going to get that old school Capital pressure. And it's been a struggle, let's just face it, for Beckley to really put the ball in the hoop. And just listening to your scores right now, I mean, they've scored 60-plus 3 times, right?
Right.
And that's going to be the dilemma that Beckley will have, trying to keep pace with the Capital scoring.
Well, you know, Eric, they say great minds think alike, and you and I do think alike. We've been working together. We were able to do the Beckley scrimmage the first week of December, and they put up 56 points. And then the loss to Greenbrier East, they put up 56 points. And even in the win, 48 points. So I'm thinking, where's the points going to come from? Because for the quality of teams that Beckley plays, not just tonight in Capital, but moving forward, they're going to have to score more than 48, more than 56 points.
Yeah, because it gets into, you know, your defense. It puts more pressure on your defense to really have to try to clamp down and create, you know, turnovers and runouts and some easy transition buckets.
For Capital, this is a little bit of a new-look team, and what I mean by that, of course, they're headed in a new direction. Number one, they're not in the big class anymore. They used to be in Beckley's class, in Class AAA, when there were only 3 classes. Now that there's 4 classes, they're down in AAA, so that's definitely a plus for Capital, maybe not for everybody else. And they got Cookie Miller, the sensational player for Capital from years ago that went on to play college basketball at Nebraska. He's their head coach.
And it's good to see Capital get someone who was part of the program and going to rebuild that program. You know, they won a lot of state championships, battled Beckley in a couple of great tournament games, and I think Cookie Miller would get, you know, maintain his team and get them playing the kind of basketball you're used to from Capital High.
Yeah, on a sour note, as far as Beckley would be concerned, speaking about Beckley and Capital playing in great state tournament games, of course, this court is Dave Barksdale Court. Dave Barksdale's final game, they lost to Capital in the state championship game. Yeah, his final game as the head coach.
And I remember it was a classic game. Just really couldn't stop the big guy for Capital in the middle. Yeah, it was a well-played game, and Beckley came up on the short end.
The one thing about this Capital team, they do have 3 players in double figures, and they're led by Kayshawn Morgan with 11 points a game. Deshaun Williams chips in 10, so does Josiah Green at 10 points. So right there you're talking about 31 points a game from those 3 players.
And you're right, and that's one thing that, you know, if you're Beckley, you're going to have to keep at least 2 of those guys from not getting in the double figures to have a puncher's chance.
Yeah, and if you're Capital, you got to like that. Even though those are big numbers, they're 10, 10, and 11, and it's 3 guys. But I think you'd want that. You want to spread the wealth around. Like on the Beckley side, Preston Clary had a career high the other night. He scored 26 points in that win against Buchanan. But Beckley, as we talked about earlier, they only had 48. And Preston Clary got 26 of those 48.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think there are a few players on Beckley's team that can really step up and do it. And we know Gage Burdett, he's capable of definitely scoring in double figures. A.J. Thomas, I think, has to be a little more assertive offensively. You know what he brings defensively. And I think a wild card early on for me is Kingston Clark. You know, I think he showed really well, especially in the Greenbrier East game. He pretty much single-handedly had had them. Beckley had a 7-point lead because of him late in the third quarter.
And the one guy you failed to mention, Lucas Rainey, he had 12 points on Saturday. So you got 26 from Clary, you get 12 from Rainey. If my math is correct, that's 38. They only had 48, and 38 out of the 48 came from 2 players.
Yeah, and that's a problem. And like you said, but I think, Gage, you have capable guys. I think guys just need to get going. Gage Burdett definitely can. A.J. Thomas needs to take some people off the bounce and get some transition buckets. And so it's a work in progress, right? And you know what you get. Lucas Rainey, if you leave him open early on in these first couple of games, he's been a knockdown shooter. Yeah,
he can rain the three as we are in here to the Window World pregame show. And, of course, at the bottom of the hour, we'll get this game going between 3-1 Capital and 1-1 Beckley. We'll take our first pregame break. And like I said, we'll get you ready for the opening tip at the bottom of the hour here on Video Productions.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a little general store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
We gave a future driver a first look and asked what he thinks makes a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports, has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
Come to Midstate Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Midstate Ford, home of the Big John deals.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. I was just pointing out to one of the officials, the backboard is lit up, and I'm sure they're going to take care of that. Yeah, you know you got a good official when I pointed out the bright light and he couldn't see it. I always like to have fun with officials. Yeah. All right, we're back here at the Raleigh County Convention Center getting you ready for Beckley and Capital. Always like I said, have a fun time when we're talking to officials. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell your house, you want to contact Exit Elevation Realty. Luke Richmond, the broker, Steve Morgan, associate broker. The website is exitelevationwv.com. Also tonight's game brought to you in part by Edward Jones. Edward Jones, your financial advisors, and there's 4 good ones in Beckley and Raleigh County. Ben Worley, Heather Cantley, Tracy Houck, and Brooke Dempsey. They'll help you prosper with all your finances. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, West Virginia. They have quality custom cabinets, and they're a proud sponsor of local sports. You can dial them up at 304-252-2917. And by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. It's not too late to reserve your lane for New Year's Eve, or their futuristic bowling for New Year's Eve. Got some great prizes, including West Virginia game tickets for the men and women against Baylor coming up in January. And you can call 304-253-7328 to reserve your lane. Well, Eric, these teams are still going through their warm-ups, and I think we're going to be in for a good one. I think this Capital and Beckley team, I think they'll mirror one another from the style of play, really want to get up and down the floor.
Yeah, and we'll see a lot of up and down. Hopefully both teams can value possessions. You want to get up and down, but you want to keep those turnovers at a minimum. So I'd like to see what's going to happen as far as the cat and mouse game goes with that.
Of course, we're here toward the holidays, just a few days before Christmas. A lot of people in, including Glenville State head coach Bob Boland, coming by giving us a little fist pump. Is at one time Bob Boland, before he took the job at Glenville State, as you know, Eric, he was a part of Video Productions.
Yes, and very knowledgeable, great coach. It's always good to see. I saw him strolling in, and I'm sure he's probably scouting a few guys here.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now, he's got a good program right now, got a good team going, Glenville State. And we wish them the best of luck moving forward. But I think this is going to be a really terrific game, and I do think that Beckley is going to have to find a way to score more than 58 points, 56 points. I think they're going to got to get up in the mid-60s, because I think that their defense, like you said, it puts a lot more pressure. You can get stops when you can get stops, multiple stops, but if you can't score on the other end, then it really starts to wear, because then, you're only going to stop a good team for so long.
So long, yeah. And then you don't want the foul trouble to mount up, and that's going to be one too for Beckley. From here going on, you got to start building depth from here on out. Trying to get some of these younger guys in and getting them some experience.
And, Eric, I was thinking the same thing while you were talking, because in the game we did against Greenbrier East, like I said last Tuesday, 9 players played in the first half, and that's really kind of uncharacteristic by Coach Kidd. Now, I don't know how many played in that win at Buchanan on Saturday, but you're right. I think Beckley's still figuring out. I think, they know, their top 4 guys, 5 guys, but they got to find out, and I think early in the season that's what you have to do, especially this is a game that will test you of who's going to be the 6th, 7th, and 8th guys.
Yeah, you have to figure it out, and this is a game where if you can handle, like you said earlier, if you can handle this Capital pressure, you're going to get pressured. You're going to get aggressive guys on offense. So you're going to be tested offensively and defensively in this game.
Yeah, Capital's going to want to push the ball up and down the floor, as we mentioned in their scores in their first segment. Their 4 games, they're 3-1. They have scored 60 or more in 3 of those games. They got 70 once. They scored 70, 69, and 62. And they also, even in their first win, 58-32, they were 2 points shy of 60. So, they can play defense by holding teams in the 30s, in the 50s, and in the 40s of their 3 wins.
Yeah, and that shows you, and that's what you're going to get with the Cookie Miller coach team, because he was good on both ends of the floor, could shoot it, could drive past you, and played stellar defense.
I've always liked Cookie Miller. In fact, I know him well. I don't know if I'm well enough, but I told you before we came on the air, from Cookie Miller to Cookie Dough Miller. I think he's been when you see him come out, he's been in the cookie dough a little too much. Put on a few pounds since his playing days.
Hey, man, it happens to the best of us. When you're not running up and down that court, you can do that.
But I think you added something which I totally agree with. It's good that you have an alumni, somebody who carried the torch, that played there, to come back to try to put the excitement in the the energy back in Capital basketball.
Well, truly cares about the area, cares about the kids, and that's what you need. Someone who believes in the program, because he's been there, done that.
And also, I think them moving into AAA, that's a huge. I tell you, it's something huge advantage for Capital, not for the other teams in AAA that you have to deal with Capital, but Capital and South Charleston both in AAA.
Yeah, and population-wise, that's probably where they need to be. But that AAA, the AAA
is stacked.
Is stacked.
Yes.
You and I had a chance to go look through it, and it's really going to be come March, it's going to be a great, great tournament.
Well, even though we're here in December, it feels like March whenever you get Beckley and Capital together. Both teams still going through their warm-ups. We'll take our second break here in the Win the World pregame show and get you ready for the tip coming up at the bottom of the hour between 3-1 Capital and 1-1 Beckley here on Video Productions.
Merry Christmas, 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 Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from Fayette Clinic.
Merry Christmas, 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 Merry Christmas.
From our Access Health family to yours, Merry Christmas.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if Compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
Hey, grab me one too.
Grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in Southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center, Dave Barksdale Court with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. The heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, Jackie Moon on camera. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Infinity Coal Company. They're located in Sophia, West Virginia, and they're all about the community and all about coal. And for more information about that, you can check them out at the United Coal Company's Facebook page. Also, the action tonight is brought to you in part by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. They have all your favorite Italian dishes, plus sandwiches, salads, and seafood. Catering and private parties are also available. Book your next event at Pasquale's by dialing up 304-255-5253. Also, the game brought to you in part by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. What's a ball game without an ice-cold blue can of Pepsi? And, Eric, I know you had a few blue cans yesterday. Love that refreshing taste of Pepsi.
Yes, always refreshing watching, a little football with the Pepsi.
That's right, and also brought to you by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. Modley's, if you need plumbing, you need heating, the only number you need to remember, and it's easy to remember, 304-253-HELP. Well, Eric, we got a little help while we were talking. The Capital assistant coach came over and gave us who their starting five was. When I talked to Coach Miller earlier, he said he really wasn't sure, and I knew that we talked about on top that Green at 10 points a game, Morgan at 11 a game, and Williams, you and I figured that out. They were 3 of their 5 starters, and, of course, now we know the other 2 is DJ Spencer and also is Chandler. So and we'll see who the Beckley starting five is. Figure Beckley will probably go the same way that they went last week when we did the game against Greenbrier East.
Yeah, you would think maybe that second half lineup that they started out with, maybe insert Kingston Clark into the –
Could be. He played really well. And, here's another thing too, Eric, and I don't know if this would affect Beckley because, these are, young kids, 15, 16, 17, and some may be 18, some of the seniors. But they got a game again tomorrow that you and I will have. And, so they played on Saturday and the kids would rather play than practice. Of course, you can't practice on Sunday. So this is the middle game of 3 games. So tomorrow will end up being their third game in 4 nights, and sometimes you might have to go a little deeper in your bench when you play like that, 3 games in 4 nights.
Yeah, definitely. That is like you really need to have some fresh legs, maybe, and you're right. But it's early in the season, so I think back-to-back nights won't be too taxing on it.
Right, and here's another thing too. Beckley's their schedule is home heavy, and what I mean by that, in fact, their last 10 games, 9 of them are on the road. So here in the early part of the season, here in December and on into January, they play a lot of games in this building, and that's why these games are so important. They're always important, but I think they're more important when you got them at home.
Yeah, like we said, a tough, disappointing loss early for Beckley on this, at their. On their home court. You really want to get as many wins as you can on the home court.
Yeah, because after tonight, like we talked about, you've got Oak Hill here tomorrow. Then they'll be a part of the Little General Tournament. Will be both games on this floor, which next Monday they'll play Wyoming East at 8 o'clock, and they'll play either Shady or James Monroe on Tuesday the 30th. They'll go to Huntington on the 3rd. Then they'll be here to play South Charleston in the New River Community and Technical College Tournament. They go to Oak Hill, and then they'll be home with Cabell Midland, Graham, Martinsburg, and George Washington. 4 straight home games again before they hit into a long, tough stretch. And listen to these away games toward the end of January into February. They'll be at Shady, at this Capital team, at Graham, at Greenbrier East, home with East Fairmont, and then back on the road at Riverside, at Shady, at Jefferson, and at Martinsburg to finish the season. So like I said, out of their last 10, 9 of them on the road.
Yeah, and that's tough. That's a murderer's row right there. Who's who basketball.
That's right.
Around the state.
All right, Beckley has already went to their locker room. Capital going through their final warm-ups. We'll take one more break as we're here in the Window World pregame show and get you ready for the opening tip. We'll have the starting lineups and the tip coming up here on Video Productions.
I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
We asked the real experts what they think of our Chevys and GMCs, and they didn't hold back.
Come here. Come on. I like the noise of it.
They've tested the seats, the screens, and the tires as well. Now it's your turn. Northside Chevy GMC, approved by kids, loved by everyone. Chevrolet, together let's drive. GMC, we are professional grade.
Northside Chevy, where they are right.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. We have the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. Jackie Moon on camera. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by the Spartan Factory. Spartan Factory located in Beckley. They have all the T-shirts and uniforms for your school, for your church, whatever the case may be. They have hats. They have bags, anything you need from whether no matter what the sport is, from cheerleading to baseball to soccer, softball, football, doesn't matter. Spartan Factory has it. You can check them out on the website, thespartanfactorywv.com. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. If you want a home-cooked meal, you don't want me to do it, and you definitely want Cracker Barrel to do it. And Cracker Barrel, they have some delicious food, and that's where I'll have my pregame meal tomorrow when we come to do the Beckley Oak Hill game. And for more information, you can go to crackerbarrel.com. They have all the great details of all the delicious food. But if you go to Cracker Barrel, I highly recommend the meatloaf plate. That is delicious, Eric.
Yeah, you know, you and I had it. You recommended that last year,
Yep.
and I had it. It's a very good meal.
All right, Eric, I'm going to put your coaching cap on. If you are Cookie Miller and you're in the Capitol locker room, you're 3-1 coming into the game, what are you probably telling your troops playing Beckley on the road tonight?
Pressure breaks pipes, and I think they will really test these Beckley guards early and really try to get up in them defensively.
And on the flip side, Beckley coach Ron Kidd, what do you think he's telling his troops?
You gotta rebound by committee. I think that's what foiled the win against Greenbrier East. Too many second chance points. So I think Beckley early on, you're gonna have to keep them one and done.
Yeah, I think in one possession late in that game, I think Greenbrier East shot it like 4 times. They shot it until they made it, and they got like 4 chances like on one possession. And, you know, when you get into a 2-point game, the way that Beckley lost, and even though it was a last-second shot, you can look at a lot of things. You know, you didn't get enough rebounds, you turned the ball over too much, you don't make free throws, but you got to take care of the basketball because, like you said, probably going to get pressure. So taking care of the basketball is very important, and like you said, the glass is important, and when you get fouled, you got to make your foul shots.
Yeah, and all three of those phases right there, I mean, it can be done, but you have to rebound. Rebounding is a want. A lot of people think about its size, but I think it's still, I'm old school. Box out, put a body on someone, box out and get a rebound.
Yeah, it's more position than size. You got to make the defender jump over you, and more times than not, they'll call a foul.
Exactly right, and especially if you're doing an old school box out, you may get a call.
Well, like I said, this is the first of 2 games for Beckley this week. We'll be back on this floor in this building tomorrow night when the old rival, the Oak Hill Red Devils, come in. And, of course, you can't think about tomorrow until we get through tonight. But, you know, back in the day, Eric, Beckley against Charleston and everything was always a classic rivalry, a classic battle. Then when Charleston and Stonewall consolidated in the late 80s there in the early 90s and became Capital, and as you mentioned, Beckley and Capital had classic battles in the regular season, but really good classic battles at the state tournament.
Yeah, they always brought the best out of one another, man. They always battled, and I look for tonight to be the same.
So both teams are finishing up their warm-ups, and we'll be having the starting lineups. As a matter of fact, we can give you that now. Like I said, Cookie Miller is the head coach of Capital. Let's see if they're going to play the anthem. If they're going to play the anthem, I'm going to wait until after the anthem to give the lineups, and we'll see. That's normally what they do, and if they do play the anthem, we will go to a commercial break, come back, give you the lineups, and then get the game going. They are going to go to a national anthem, so that means we're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
Merry Christmas, 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 Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas from Fayette Clinic.
Merry Christmas, 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 Merry Christmas.
From our Access Health family to yours, Merry Christmas.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a little general store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
Back here in Beckley, the Capital Cougars have just been introduced. Head coach Cookie Miller. Eric, you have their lineup.
Yeah, Maris, Capital will go like this. They'll go with Josiah Green coming in averaging 10 points a game. Demanye Chandler. They'll go with Kashay Morgan, the leading scorer, at 11 points a game. DJ Spencer, and rounding out the starting five is Deshaun Williams at 10 points a game.
For Ron Kidd's Beckley team, as you mentioned, Kingston Clark will be in the starting lineup. And, Eric, he came off the bench, played really well in the two-point loss that we did last week against Greenbrier East. Also, Gage Burdett, Lucas Rainey, along with A.J. Thomas and Preston Clary. Clary coming off a big game, his season and career high, 26 points against Buchanan on Saturday. So it'll be Green, Chandler, Morgan, Spencer, Williams for Capital. And as we mentioned, it'll be Clark, Clary, Burdett, Rainey, and Thomas for Beckley. And we are ready to go. Everybody's set, and the officials make their way out. The opening tip of the ball game is brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Scotty Brown is your local State Farm agent. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You can dial up Scotty at his Shady Spring place of business there at 681-238-6130. Scotty Brown, your local State Farm agent. All right, ready to roll, Eric. And, you know, Capital got a little bit of size out there, and size and speed.
Yeah, and that's one thing I looked at, and that was one of my keys to the game. When you asked me, I think one and done. You got to box out. You got to rebound by committee. And you got to handle this Capital pressure.
It'll be Chandler, looks like, in the center circle for Capital, and Beckley now breaking their huddle from Coach Ron Kidd, and let's see who they'll jump. It'll probably be Clark. So a little bit of a size advantage there for Capital. So it'll be Chandler for Capital and Clark for Beckley. Beckley, of course, wearing the home white uniforms. Capital with the traveling royal blue trimmed in gray and black, and we're ready to put the ball in the air and get this game underway. Capital 3-1 coming in, and Beckley 1-1. And we are set. Ball in the air, we're underway, and Beckley will control the tip. So Beckley will have first crack at it, and Capital, Eric, will come out and play man-to-man.
And early on, as we said, this is where Beckley's going to have to be strong with the basketball on the dribble drives, and really, as they almost turn it over right there.
Yeah, and Clary's in trouble. He's triple-teamed, and he looked like he might have double-dribbled at that time.
Actually.
Yeah, Burdett gets into the lane, puts up a mid-range shot, and scores. But, yeah, I thought that Beckley fortunate because Clary, I thought, did get away with the double dribble there. Capital breaks the pressure, get the ball in the front court, and they'll set their offense. Here's DJ Spencer will set things up for the Cougars.
And Beckley coming out in the man-to-man defense, but look, look, going to get a heavy dose of this.
Green, yeah, he's got a huge size advantage down low. In fact, really across the board, Capital with a size advantage, and they'll dial it up from downtown and rain a three. It's good by Morgan, the team's leading scorer.
And just like that, good inside-out pass for Capital as they got it down low, but able to find
A.J. Thomas on the drive. He can't finish. He got all the way to the rim and just missed the shot.
Yeah, but that's what you want out of A.J. Thomas. Needs to attack a little more. And
we got a foul. We got a offensive foul or a block. We got an offensive foul, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think they whistled that as a charge. Yep, whistled it on
Green.
Josiah Green.
Yep.
Hey, you have the hats off to Gage Burdett standing at, well, that shows the football side of it, though, right?
Yes.
Because he took one right in the chest.
And Green is built. He is built. I'll leave it at that, right?
Yeah, built like a Mack truck.
Yes. Capital will show full court pressure, making Burdett work to get the ball up the floor.
And here's where you have to be strong when you swim through with the basketball. You got to be ready.
They get the ball inside. Clark off the glass. It won't go. The follow-up is good by Clary.
Nice job of crashing the board, not conceding, and that's rebounding by committee as Preston Clary is. Beckley shows a little pressure.
And for whatever reason, Eric, it looks like Beckley has a little bit more, I don't know, energy start this game than they did against East. Is a three right down the chute for DJ Spencer.
DJ mixing it up with the three for Capital.
Burdett drives, and there will be a foul on the floor. It'll be a Capital foul. The foul will go against Morgan, and that will be the team's second. That'll be his first, and Beckley will have to inbound under their own basket.
But as you can see early on, they like to get the hand in the cookie jar, the Capital defenders. You're going to have to be strong, or you're going to force turnovers.
Yeah, they're going to strip you if you're not strong with the ball. They get the ball to Clark, and the ball's loose, and Beckley turns it over. Capital on the move. Stopped the brakes just in time.
Yeah,
didn't
he did. He didn't travel. Yeah.
No, good
Came
call.
For a good jump
Crowd
stop.
wanted it. Beckley playing a tight man-to-man defense, as they always do. Here's a three ball in front of us. It's good. That's a good-looking shot by Morgan.
3 for 3 behind the arc, the Capital Cougars.
And a little 6-0 run for Capital. And there's a foul. A little too aggressive that time for Spencer.
Yeah, but you know what? I love Gage Burdett attacking once he got across the half-court line, and that's going to be 3 team fouls at the 5:17 mark. And if you're Beckley, you're going to have to keep attacking.
Yeah, be aggressive. Yeah, we haven't played 3 minutes yet, and Capital's already committed 3 team fouls.
Yeah, but you know when you play up-tempo and aggressive defense, you're going to have that. You're going to have to adjust to, if you're Capital, to the way the refs are calling it.
So Burdett inbounds to Clark. He got shoved.
It's a physical game.
Yeah, it is. You got to, as you said, strong with the ball. Here's Clary on the drive. Gets by the first guy into the lane, puts the shot up, and he'll draw the foul, and he'll shoot a pair. But that was a nice play, being able to take the ball off the dribble, get into the lane, draw the foul, and get to the line.
And I think that's going to be whistled on. That'll be the second foul
on Spencer. Yep. And that's 4 fouls already with not even 5 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter, as Clary will get to the line and shoot a pair. As we mentioned on Saturday, Preston Clary, 26 points in the 4-point win over Buchanan. First free throw on its way is good.
And it seems just like yesterday that we were doing a December game, and when Preston Clary made the only 2 points that he scored against James Monroe, made 2 free throws at the end of the contest to seal the victory in the upcoming tournament we're going to do, the battle for the Armory.
Yeah, that's how many years ago was that when he made that? Was that his freshman year?
Yeah, freshman year.
That's already been 4 years ago. That's
4
amazing.
years ago.
Yeah. Second free throw on its way, and he got them both.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that's already been 4 years. I guess that was when he was a freshman. Now he's a senior. It's Capital trying to break the pressure that Beckley puts on in the backcourt. Ball kicked. It'll stay with the Cougars. Capital comes in here 3-1. Beckley 1-1. Beckley at home tomorrow against Oak Hill. We'll have it here on Video Productions. It'll air at 7, tip at 7:30. Then a big week next week, Monday and Tuesday. 4 games at 2, 4, 6, and 8 here on this floor. And Video Productions will have them all.
Exciting times, December basketball.
Little jump hook into the lane, won't go. And Beckley comes out of there with a rebound with A.J. Thomas. And I thought that was good defense on Green as he missed that little jump hook. The ball's loose. Thomas said now we got a held ball, and it'll be a turnover as the ball will be rewarded because the arrow is pointing toward Capital.
And right now, Capital's racking up the fouls, but Beckley has 2 turnovers, and that's taken away from possessions, trailing 9-6 here. And when you're struggling offensively, you need value to the basketball.
Yeah, Eric, with 4.5 remaining in the first quarter, every Capital foul from this point on in this quarter gets Beckley to the line.
And that's why if you're Beckley, you have to attack.
Here's an open 3 ball on the far side, in and out, no good. That 3 ball is by a new player, just checked in, Harris, and he couldn't knock it down. He had a good look. Here's Rainey down the lane, a little pull up, needs a roll, and he got it. Ball just hung on the iron and took forever to see whether it was going in or not.
And a good drive because it almost went a turnover into a bucket.
Capital doing a good job breaking the pressure, yes. And a layup out of that. That was a great job.
That
and
was
that's
beautiful.
Chandler able to finish.
First 2-point basket of the night for the Cougars.
And yeah, they did a great job in breaking that pressure, get a layup. Burdett might have got away with stepping on the sideline. They find A.J. Thomas.
And here's where you have to have a basketball IQ and continue to drive.
A lot of contact, no whistle. Burdett's open. He'll spot up, shoot a 3. It won't go. Battle for the rebound. It's still loose, still fighting the ball loose. Picked up by Clark, puts it up. Doesn't go. And it'll be a held ball and it'll stay with Beckley. That was a lot of action, a lot of intense. Nobody could really get their hand on the ball as Capital will dip into its bench. As Tyson will check into the ball game. Trey Tyson.
Yeah, Trey Tyson gets in, and Capital is going to the bench, and Beckley has stayed with the 5 that they've started with.
Burdett will inbound on the baseline. Here's A.J. Thomas off the dribble. They cut him off.
Got the high ball screen coming. Got to slip it.
Burdett, they cut him off. Now here's Rainey with it.
Got away with a carry.
Yes, he did.
I think he was going to pass it.
Clary into the lane, tough shot, and they'll call a foul. And actually, he got bailed out because that was going to be a really hard shot for Clary to make, and he'll step up to the line. Will Preston Clary to shoot 2 as Capital's committed their 5th team foul, and that's the 2nd personal foul on Morgan.
Yeah, and 2 starters with 2 fouls, so Beckley keep Capitals, with the lead, but Beckley can chew into the lead by going to the free throw line and making free throws.
Preston Clary knocks down a free throw. So far, he's 3 for 3 at the line. I hope I didn't jinx him as Jones will check in. Robinson also will check in for Beckley as Clark and Rainey have a seat. Preston Clary ready. 2nd free throw on its way, and he missed it, and I guess I did jinx him, didn't I? So when Preston goes back and watches this game, Preston, you can blame that one on me because I jinxed him.
The young freshman Jones is going to have to grow up as
that 3
comes
won't
in,
go.
gets a rebound,
Jones,
but you have to be strong with it.
As Harris missed his 2nd 3.
I tell you, the Capital, they get in your jersey.
They do. They guard you, don't they? They're aggressive. Sometimes, like I said, they've already committed 5 team fouls. Robinson might have got away with shuffling the feet, puts up the shot, and it's short from the left elbow.
Yeah, it looked like when he gathered it, I don't know if he had complete control, but I would have called that a trap.
Yeah, it looked like he did shuffle his feet. Here's a deep 3. His long rebound's no good. That 3 was put up by Morgan. The Capital keeps it alive and puts up a 3 and nothing but net for Williams.
4 trays in the first quarter.
That was a shot that was smooth right down the chute. Burdett from 16. He left it short. And the rebound to Williams. Got a 3 on one end, has a rebound here, and now trying to go coast to coast. And we got a foul or out of bounds.
Yeah, it's going to be a foul.
On Beckley.
Jaden Robinson didn't get completely set as we look at the 3. And great unselfish play by Josiah Green with the assist.
And, Eric, that 3 came off of a rebound, as you talked about, an offensive rebound that kept the possession alive. Capital with size now have a new player into the ball game, Isaiah Scott. And he's got some size. He looks like he's the tallest player on the floor.
So that's 8 players that have already touched the floor for Capital.
Down low, tough shot. Count if it goes in a foul. That's a nice finish that time by Harris in traffic, and we watch the replay. Watch him just muscle it up as he gets the hoop in the arm.
And if you're Jaden Robinson right there, great strong play by Harris. But you got to do what, Maris? If you're going to foul, you got to make sure to not let him finish.
So one thing, if you're Coach Kidd, here we got 139 remaining in the quarter, Eric, and it's a 16-point quarter already for Capital. If Harris can polish off the three-point play, which he does, it's a 17-point quarter and Capital's biggest lead at 8. Here's Burdett, and like I said, they will guard you. They will get all over you.
And they're going to play that aggressive defense, and if you're going to set the screen, you have to really set the screen or it's not going to work.
Clary off the dribble into the lane, puts up the shot and draws the foul. And so far, that's really been their best offense. Clary off the drive, getting to the rim, and in this case, getting to the free throw line.
And I like Preston Clary being aggressive, attacking the gaps of the man-to-man defense and getting to the free throw line where he's 3 of 4.
But, yeah, what I've seen of Capital, and I'm sure moving forward, if you're going to play them, word to the wise is you better be able to, as Clary makes the first free throw, you better be able to be strong with the ball. You better be able to handle the ball because they're going to get all up in you.
Yeah, they're going to make you. They're going to make sure that you can dribble and you're a strong dribbler, that's for sure.
Second free throw by Clary. Got them both. And Beckley will show full court pressure after the free throws made by Clary. And now Williams wants a clear out. Coming up on the final minute of what's been a very entertaining, exciting first quarter. On a drive and partially blocked. New player into the game, that was Tyson. And the ball's down on the floor, and we got a held ball, and the arrow will keep it with Capital as we're now at 57.5 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. And like I said, Eric, this has been a very exciting, entertaining first quarter.
Yeah, good straight-up defense by Robinson. They're not picking up the foul, but once again, giving extra possessions to the Capital team that's leading by 6. And I think they're going to have a little discussion with Jones and I think Tyson the little extracurricular, and that's good reffing right there.
Yeah, Wines checks into the Beckley lineup first time tonight.
Now, this is the young man I think that really came on in football season. I think he can give them some help.
What a shot, Williams.
Shot by Williams.
Way to elevate right over Burdett from the left elbow, the left elbow.
Yeah, I mean, good defense by Burdett, just better offense.
Clary on a drive. They cut him off down low. Jones has his shot blocked, but a foul, and that'll put Jones at the line.
And that's going to be whistled on Chandler, and that'll be his as we look right here on the elevation.
Like I said, pretty good defense, just able to rise up above Burdett and knock down the 15-footer. So Jones will shoot a pair.
Yeah, and this is going to be a first for us. I don't know what he looks like at the free throw line.
Well, he made that one. But the one thing about if you're Coach Kidd, like I said, you can't be happy with a 19-point quarter, and there's still 33 seconds left in it. Jones' second free throw, he got them both. Beckley will dip back into its bench again, and Thomas will check in. So Beckley has 4 Thomases on the team. This Thomas that checks in is Teron Thomas.
Well, they have 3 Thomases and 1 Thompson.
Yeah, 1 Thompson, I beg your pardon. So it's a 6-point Capital lead, and I don't know if they'll hold it for the final shot of the quarter.
You better watch him.
Yeah, he's close to being over the midcourt stripe. That's Thomas right there, puts up the shot, it doesn't go, and he'll get to the line.
And the rotation right there by J-Dub Wines, that's too late getting there. And good intentions, but you got to either take the charge or try to block the shot.
And Darius Thomas just inserted the Capital lineup. I like how he was able to put his head down and really accelerate to draw that foul and get to the line. First free throw is no good. Thomas ready for his second free throw. And it's good. The ball's knocked out of bounds. We got a foul. And if you're Capital, definitely you didn't want to do that, especially already over the limit. So Beckley will walk the length of the floor and shoot free throws with 17 seconds left here in the first quarter.
And I think that's going to be whistled on Darius Thomas.
And as you say all the time, Eric, basketball IQ, you got to know not to be aggressive. You're already over the limit with just 17.6 left in the quarter.
Yeah, I know, and that's what Coach Miller's probably telling them. Look, that's not – you want to be aggressive, but not that far from the basket.
Yeah, as Teron Thomas misses the first of 2 free throws.
Got to make your free throws if you want to stick in this game.
Yep, and he gets 1 of 2. And with the way Beckley's pressuring, you may not have to be able to take the final shot of the quarter. As Scott brings it up, Isaiah Scott. They want to hand the ball to Williams and a Beckley foul.
That was a little too aggressive by Preston Clary, and that'll be the 4th team foul.
This has been, like I said, a very aggressive, they stopped counting at 5, but I'd say Capital's committed, 9 fouls?
I got
8. You got him
8 fouls.
Yeah. So last shot time, I would think, was 7.4 left in the quarter. And they put the ball into the backcourt. Scott, and he's going to have to go quick. 5 seconds left. They hand the ball to Spencer, shaking and baking, pull up 3. It'll count if it goes in and out. And it was almost down, but it popped back out in a very entertaining, exciting first quarter. At the end of 1, it's Capital 20, Beckley 14. We'll take a break. Be right back here on Video Productions.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that.
Done. It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Exit Elevation Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell your house, you want to contact Luke Richmond, the broker, Steve Morgan, the associate broker. You can check them out on their website at exitelevationwv.com. Well, Eric, what a very good, entertaining first quarter. And you were telling me during the break that Beckley, out of their 14 points, 8 of them came from the free throw line. Beckley went to the line 10 times in that first quarter, making 8.
Yeah, only able to score 3 buckets, but got Capital into somewhat of a foul trouble. They have 2 starters with 2 fouls.
There's an offensive foul, off the screen. Rainey missed the shot anyway, but it's a Beckley foul. And the foul will go against A.J. Thomas. It'll be his first. It'll be the team's first of the second quarter. So Capital's led by as many as 8 at 19-11. The lead 6 now, their first possession of quarter number 2. New player into the ball game, and he puts up a 3 in and out. New player into the game, that's Bulger, and he had a good look, and it wouldn't stay down. And Beckley comes out with Clary. Mid-range shot, won't go. Battle for the rebound, and it is Green who skies high for Capital. I beg your pardon, Harris, the skied high to get the rebound for the Cougars.
Yeah, Bulger, Tyson, and Miller's going into his bench, here in the second quarter.
Bulger with a look, he can't hit that, so he's not shy.
Hey, Bulger's
2
got
possessions
the green light, right?
And 0 for 2, yep. Here's Clary. Rainey will dial it up. That's a deep 3 and hit right down the chute. That'll bring rain as Rainey able to spot up from that West Virginia Tech logo just about. In between the logo and the three-point line where he drained that 3 from.
But he pulled up and shot it with confidence, and Rainey's really it's good to see that young man get a chance to.
Scott into the lane, a little muscle shot, uses his size to score.
And Scott able to get in the paint and go to work.
Burdett on the drive, they strip him, and now they'll call a reach-in foul. And I think they'll get Scott for the foul.
No, I think they're going to call that on Thomas.
Well, he pointed toward, we watched the replay here, Eric.
Okay, not the trail, so it did call that on the Scott, and that'll be his second.
And that'll be
and
the
team's first of the second quarter. That was a tough call. I thought that was a play on myself. A lot of contact both ways.
And that's one thing, of course, the officials doing a good job making the players tuck in. Seems like all of today's players never want to tuck their uniform in. And I'm like old school. I want to see that done. Tuck it in.
I don't know if it's the jerseys want to stay in or what.
I just think it's the style. A.J. Thomas off the drive. He can't finish.
But I like that drive. Just got to be able to make a couple of those layups, put pressure on Capital defensively as well.
So 2 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Capital trying to run a play off a screen, tacks the basket. Nice play and a beautiful finish.
Off the curl, Darius Thomas.
Lead 7. Capital's biggest lead has been 8. A.J. Thomas on the drive, finds Rainey from the corner, a 3. It's short. Offensive rebound by Preston Clary. Rainey, not shy. He'll dial up another 3, and he can't hit. And Harris clears the rebound for Capital. Harris, coast to coast, down the lane, and it's a blocking foul, as the foul will be on Rainey. And I think that's a good call. I don't think Rainey was set, as Harris accelerated hard to the basket. As we watch the replay. See, he looked like Rainey, like he slid over, I thought, at the last second.
Yeah, he definitely was late getting there, but he took one.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he got to come out from that one. I think he's got to make some adjustments over on the bench.
And now I'm not sure what we got. The officials are going to tell these players. I'm not sure if they got to tuck in. I do know this because I spoke with the official about the jerseys being tucked in. And if you don't have your jersey tucked in, the rule is you have to go out. So if you're not going to put your jersey in, you're not going to play. It's just that simple.
Yeah, I'm looking. Do they not have strings in the shorts?
Well, they can. That's what they're telling him. They're telling the young man over there, Thomas, tuck it in, because now they're going to put him right back to the scores table. Tuck in. I mean, to me, that's really simple, right? It's just that simple. If you want to play, you got to tuck in. And I think these officials have done a great job in doing and telling that as the ball's knocked out of bounds. Everything's part of your uniform. You got to do it. So Harris to throw it in. And Tyson has it way out high. Scott's been a big plus for Capital, off the bench.
Yeah, he has, and he running the point.
He handles the ball pretty good for the big man. And it's a 5. Nice defensive play by Burdett. So now the young man, Darius Thomas, will check back into the game after he tucked in. If you want to play, you got to tuck in. You got to play by the rules, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the rule. Now, I like the rule.
Me too.
I like the jerseys, nice and neat.
Preston Clary off the dribble into the lane. Burdett thought about the 3, steps inside the 3-point line, left it short, and there's Green to clear the rebound for Capital.
Yeah, just Beckley's offense has gone cold since the Lucas Rainey started the quarter with a 3. My man Bolger.
Here's A.J. Thomas, had it, lost it, ball's free. Battle for it, 1st and 10. The ball will go to Capital. But you're right, Beckley's been stuck on 17 there for a while. In fact, Capital has only scored 4 points in this quarter.
4-3
so the scoring has definitely been shut down. But Capital has the possession.
A lot of it has to do with defense on both sides.
Yeah.
But Beckley has had good looks and missed 2 layups in this quarter and 3 3-pointers.
This is the first of 2 games. These 2 teams will play again later in the year at Capital.
And you know how tough it is to go down and win at Capital.
Thomas off a screen, and he threw the ball. They had the right play. He just threw the ball behind Tyson.
That's a bad pass.
Yeah. And Robinson finds Clary in the corner. Clary on the baseline drive, little spot up from the baseline, knocks it down. Good shot by Preston Clary.
Great patience, got a little separation, minor push off, but elevated for the 2.
Hey, got to be tough with the ball, as we said, right? But Beckley is staying around because of their defense. And just as I say that, there's a bucket that time by Green.
Green able to get us capitalize on the.
And quickly back the other way, Clary lays it in.
Clary's in double figures with 11.
Here's Green in front of us. Tried to get a little fancy with the ball that time, didn't he?
Yeah, and I think Zero pretty soon, or excuse me, not Zero, Isaiah Scott, timeout on the floor.
Timeout on the floor, 3.5 remaining till halftime. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them with Capital leading Beckley 26-21 here on Video Productions.
Years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With Compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Edward Jones. You can contact one of these financial Edward Jones advisors, Ben Worley, Heather Cantley, Brooke Dempsey, or Tracy Houck, and they'll help you prosper with all your finances. Out of the timeout, Capital will have it, Eric. 3.5 remaining opening half. What's been a very entertaining game. Beckley led a little bit early, but it's basically been Capital. They've led by as many as 8. The lead is 5 now, 26-21, and Capital will put the ball in play right here in front of us.
And you're right, Capital has been able to answer every little run by Beckley, but the energy from both teams, man, they're going at it. It's been a good competitive game early on.
New player in the game for Capital, Zane Lewis. He has the ball now. And both teams and both coaches, Eric, using their bench in this one.
Yeah, that's 10 players that's played for Capital.
Scott into the lane, little fall away. He missed it bad as Clary clears the rebound. Clary leads Beckley with 11. Robinson has it.
I think they're going to have to try to get something going downhill and get Kingston Clark involved a little bit, put some pressure on the
Clary with a nice basket. That's 13 out of the team's 23s. He got right into the lane to score. Wines also into the game. Beckley switches on these ball screens. Ball goes to Tyson in the post, into the lane. Tyson off the glass. He'll draw the foul and get to the line.
Yeah, and that's going to be whistled on Kingston Clark, giving up a little, I wouldn't say size, but a little
muscle. And
muscle.
If you look across the board, you're right. Almost at every position, maybe now except for the guard, the new guard that came into the game for Capital, Lewis. Outside of that, Capital looks like they have a little height or wide body size advantage against Beckley almost across the board, as the first free throw is good. That free throw is made by Trey Tyson. And Beckley was going to dip into its bench. Jones will check in. And I think all players know by now that when you check in, you better tuck in or you won't stay in. Yes, Clark will come out of the ball game. Coach Kidd thinking a little bit more size in there, Eric.
And with the Jones, he gave you good minutes
right.
In the first quarter.
And he's got nice size.
He was able to get to the free throw line, made two, had a couple of rebounds.
Yeah.
So if you keep getting quality minutes, that's what young players need to know. You go in, you play well.
You can play longer.
You can play longer.
So now there's an issue, I guess, with the clock, because they've got the red light on to the basket in which Capital is shooting.
Yeah, but this one has 2:44. It's synced, and now they got it. But the light is still.
Yeah, but they got 9 seconds on the shot clock, which we don't have, right?
Yeah.
All right. So now whatever the issue is, hopefully it's fixed. And for the second free throw, Tyson, he made the first one. Trey Tyson, left-handed shooter for Capital. And second free throw on its way, and it's short. It grazes the rim, but to get an offensive rebound. And a three ball put up is good. The young guard off the bench, Lewis, knocks it down. What a big play that was to take the lead back to 7.
Second chance points once again.
Clary's been the main offense. He's got 13 of the team's 23, and Lewis is all over him. Robinson Burdette. Clary on the drive into the lane, stops, they triple team him. The ball's deflected and stolen. Good defense by Capital.
A great jump stop, but needs the bounce pass out of that.
The ball's out of bounds off of Capital. It'll go to Beckley. As Capital will bring back Deshaun Williams into the lineup. You know, Capital has so many different players. They can beat you so many ways, right?
Yeah.
Off the dribble, on the
deep.
post, the three. They've got their 7-8 really solid. Here's Burdette. Clary will spot up for three. Got it. Clary continues to have a sensational night.
Oh, I thought they had the trap right there.
Yeah.
They let up.
Looked like they had Lewis. I'm with you. Looked like they had him triple teamed. Here's Williams right in front of the Beckley bench. And they call an offensive foul.
Offensive foul, a little push off. Got that elbow out, and I think even Coach Cookie Miller may agree with that.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure of that. He's like, I used to get away with that all the time. He's probably telling the official.
Big possession. 135 here. Here's a big possession.
Coach Cookie Miller still on the official. I don't think he's agreeing with that call. Here's Burdette on the drive, spins into the lane. Robinson will dial it up for three, not close. And here comes Capital with it. Capital on the move, ball's loose, and ball comes back out to Williams. And Capital reset their offense as we're coming up on the final minute here of the first half. What's been a very exciting, entertaining first half.
Been up and down like we thought it would be, and both teams playing at a
high level. Williams into the lane, and he'll draw the foul.
I think that would be on the floor.
Yes, I would think on the floor.
They're saying shooting two, I think.
Yep. I was with you. It looked like as we watch the replay, Eric, let's see. He puts it on the deck into traffic. Yeah.
And I think it was whistled on Gage Burdette. That'll be his first and the team's fourth of the quarter.
So Deshaun Williams, he came in averaging 10 a game at the free throw line to shoot a pair. First free throw is good. Beckley will bring Rainey and A.J. Thomas back into the ball game. And Wines and Robinson will have a seat. But, Eric, I think this next 56 seconds of the half is important, especially if he makes this. It's a 5-point game. If you take it to 6, you know, it's 6. You can't get, if you're Beckley, you don't want to go down by double digits. That's why this is a very important possession, I believe, is the free throws made.
It looks like Capital's going to extend the pressure a little bit here.
Thomas back into the ball game, Darius Thomas.
You need to come back. Someone needs to come and help them get the ball at the court because they're probably going to trap out of this, no?
And Capital's got a couple of fouls to give, and right there's one of them. So with 50 seconds, Beckley will have to inbound the ball. That's only the third team foul. So they got one more foul to give as A.J. Thomas will put it in play. And here's Burdette with it. Trying to get the ball to Jones on the low post.
I like how he was trying to post up a little bit.
Clary's had the big half for Beckley. Trying to take his man off the dribble. Spins into the lane, puts the shot up and knocks it down. What a first half for Preston Clary. What's that give him, Eric?
Hold on now. I'm running out of ink in this pen on this.
Here's Capital. Last shot time of the half. Down the lane. Offensive foul.
18 for Clary. In the
18 of Beckley's 28 from Preston Clary, and Burdette does a great job. But, boy, I tell you, that's really taking one for the team, isn't it, as we watch the replay.
I don't think he got hit that hard in football.
Yeah, Josiah Green steamrolled him.
I think they bang knees, too, and that's always tough. They need to get someone else up here to try to help him get the ball up the court.
Last shot time for Beckley. If you're Capital, you don't want to foul. Rainey's got to put it up, fall away from the corner. It won't go, and the half will come to an end. At the end of the first half, it'll be Capital taking a 32-28 lead to the locker room. What's been a very entertaining and exciting first half. We'll take our second quarter break, come back and get you ready for the Direct Choice halftime show coming up here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, grab me one too.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. Jackie Moon on camera. What's been a fabulous first half. Capital leads Beckley by 4 by the score of 32-28. Beckley had one lead, actually two leads. They led 2-0 and 4-3 in that first quarter, and then it's been Capital basically the rest of the way. They've led by as many as 8. 19-11. They led by as many as 7 in the second quarter, and the lead is 4 here at the break, 32-28. We're going to go inside the numbers, and inside the numbers of the first half are brought to you by Direct Choice. Direct Choice is a pre-owned lot located at 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley. They have West Virginia's best selection and best prices on pre-owned vehicles. You can check out Direct Choice by going by there and you ask Mr. Rick Lewis. He'll take great care of you, and he's a big supporter of local sports and student athletes. Also inside the numbers are brought to you by Allstate Insurance, and it's located at Market Road in Beckley. Lori Richmond is the agent, 304-252-8646. Lori Richmond's my agent. She takes great care of me. She'll take great care of you, and you're in good hands with Allstate. Well, Eric, I know Preston Clary, the Flying Eagles were in good hands with him, but you have all the numbers of the first half.
Yeah, and the thing is, the difference in the contest right now is the balance of Capital versus really the Preston Clary show here in the first half. If Beckley needs to find a couple more guys to contribute, and they may have a chance to pull off the win here. But Capital is being led by Deshaun Williams with 7. They had 10 players score.
Wow.
So Deshaun Williams has 7 leading the way. They have Darius Thomas with 3. They have Kashay Morgan with 6 with 2 3-pointers. DJ Spencer with 3. Caden Harris came right off the bench to score 3. And multiple players with 2, 4 players with 2. Isaiah Scott, Josiah Green, and that's it. That rounds out the scoring for Capital with the 32 points. Leading the way, of course, for Beckley is Preston Clary, Maris. He has 18 points. He's hit 1 3. He has gone to the free throw line 6 times. He's 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 18 points. Lucas Rainey has 5. Gage Burdett 2. Isaiah Jones gave him big minutes. The young freshman is 2 of 2 from the free throw line for 2 points. And Teron Thomas 1 of 2 from the free throw line for 1 point.
And you know, Eric, even as good as Preston Clary has been in that first half, and Beckley's only 4 points down, still anybody's game in the second half, even though Capital led for about 90%, or you can say 95% of the first half. I think moving forward into the second half, Beckley's going to have to find somebody else that can help Preston Clary put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, and I think you need to get some contributions from Kingston Clark. A.J. Thomas has to get some of those driving layups to fall if they're going to have a chance to win this basketball game.
Yeah, 32-28 is the lead for Capital. We'll take a break as our halftime continues here in the here at the Raleigh County Armory at the Direct Choice Pre-Owned Halftime Show here on Video Productions.
Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
Merry Christmas, 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 Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from Fayette Clinic.
Merry Christmas, 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 Merry Christmas.
From our Access Health family to yours, Merry Christmas.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a little general store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
Welcome back to Beckley, and we're about 3 or 4 minutes away from starting the second half. Capital leading 32-28. Capital led 20-14 at the end of the first quarter. Like I said, Beckley's only led twice in this game. They led 2-0 and 4-3, and then it's been Capital. Capital's biggest lead was back in the first quarter at 8, at 19-11. They led by 7 on a couple occasions in the second quarter, and the lead is 4. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. Modley's, the only number you'll need to know whenever you need plumbing or heating done is 304-253-HELP. For more details, you can check them out at modleys.com. Also, the game tonight is brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. It's not too late to call Leisure Lanes and reserve your lane for the New Year's Eve party that they got going on. Also, they got great prizes as well when they have that futuristic bowling on New Year's Eve. And 2 of those prizes I know are really good, Eric. There are tickets to West Virginia and Baylor, both men's and women's basketball. And you can dial up Leisure Lanes at 304-253-7328. So, Eric, if you were in the locker room, first of all, Cookie Miller, what might you have heard him tell his players?
Hey, stay aggressive, but don't foul as much. And I think they'll run probably a little double at Preston, maybe get the ball and force someone else to try to beat them.
And, of course, if you were in the Beckley locker room, Coach Kidd would have said what?
You have to preach, continue. You got to stop the second chance points. We didn't really keep it, but I probably think the difference in this contest, I know they made a 3 after getting the offensive rebound and got to the free throw line after getting the offensive rebound. If you can keep them one and done. Play tough defense and keep it one and done.
Yeah, and I think as we move forward, and as I mentioned in our last segment, is Beckley's got other capable players that can get in the scorebook, and I think they're going to have to do that. As good a first half as Preston Clary had, scoring 18 of the team's 28, they're going to have to find offense from other people.
Yeah, but they had other people with looks.
Right, they just didn't make. That's what I'm saying.
And
Rainey is one who's got to pick up scoring, and Burdett can score.
And that's one thing we have to say about the Preston Clary 18. It wasn't a selfish 18.
Right.
He pretty much was spreading the wealth, but he has to continue to stay aggressive. And if they do run someone at him, someone's going to be open. Make the open looks if you get them.
Yeah, because if he had a cold shooting first half, Beckley, instead of being down 4, could easily be down 14.
Yeah, and like he said, he really held them together. And this third quarter, this is going to be massive to see who wins this game, because you don't want Capital, as you stated, they went 7. The largest lead was 8.
8 in the first quarter. Yeah,
you can't afford in this third quarter to get down 7 to 8 points.
No,
you really have to stay within shouting distance.
That's right. Going in the fourth quarter, you got to hang this next 8 minutes. Yes. You can't be 10, 11 points behind. You can't let Capital, if you're Beckley, get to that lead. And as we're ready to start the second half. Of course, Beckley will be back in action tomorrow night right here on this floor at the Raleigh County Convention Center. Eric and I will have it against the Oak Hill Red Devils, longtime rival. We'll be on the air at 7 o'clock tip at 7:30.
And it looks like both teams are going to start the way they started the game.
Yeah. And another guy, Clark, I think maybe he got saddled with some fouls. I think he got a couple of fouls.
Yes, he did. Never really got in the rhythm.
Yeah, never got in the flow of the game. And, like I said, Beckley's really given up some size. Whether it's height, if it's not height, it's definitely in the wide bodies. They're giving up a little bit of cushion all the way around. As Beckley will have it to start the second half. A.J. Thomas will put it in play at midcourt. And here we go. So Beckley with the first opportunity of the second half, a chance to cut into the Capital lead. Rainey off the dribble.
And that's where Rainey, I think, needs to really spot up.
Spot up for three, it won't go. And the rebound is Chandler for Capital. And now they're going to walk it up with Green. And walk it up.
Yeah, had the open look. Let's see. Look like they're going to go 4 flat here and probably get something going downhill. Oh, nice.
Here's a spot up three. Good. The 3 ball by Morgan.
His second of the game.
Capital leads by 7. Like I said, they've led by as many as 8.
And difference in the game, execution. Beckley came out, ran a set play, didn't get a point.
Clary, a little pull up in the lane, and his hot hand continues. That's his 20th point of the night. Yeah, right now Capitals had no answer for Preston Clary.
And I love how Preston didn't get tricked into a charge there. Pulled up for the nice little floater.
Capitals got a size advantage on the low block there.
Yeah, you saw where Kingston Clark was trying to help A.J.
Thomas,
yeah.
Here's another 3. That's too strong, but guess what? There's Green. Might as well have been a pass, right? There's Green right there for the rebound and the putback. The lead back to 7.
And if you're Beckley, you can't have that. Once you force a bad
shot,
you got to get the rebound.
A.J. Thomas on the dribble, and he throws it away. Here's Green. Green goes in, pulls up, left it short. Good defense by Burdett, but Green gets his own rebound, and he's stripped by Burdett. That's 2 great defensive plays by Burdett.
Walk. They got away with it.
Rainey spots up for 3. Good. Right down the chute.
Great pass by Preston Clary as Rainey gets his 8th point.
Burdett made that play with 2 outstanding defensive plays.
Yeah, great hands by Burdett on the strip. 2 at 2 actually, because he forced Green to pull up.
Tough shot. And now they get the ball to Green. Green on the baseline, and he knocks it down.
Green coming up big because the defense was there.
And we got a Capital foul as Burdett was knocked as we watch the replay.
And that's going to be on DJ Spencer.
It's a nice play right there.
Yeah.
And just spot up a little baseline jumper as A.J. Thomas will put the ball in play right here in front of us.
That's the 3rd foul on DJ Spencer.
Get the ball down low to Preston Clary. Here comes the double team. Through the double team, puts the shot up and scores. Preston Clary able to score through the double team. 22 for Clary. He has put Beckley on its back tonight.
Yeah, but he's capable of doing that night in and night out because he is one of the best players. Athletically, he can elevate, shoot the mid-range, has a decent 3-point shot, and can get to the rim.
Green turnaround, 17-footer, left it short. A.J. Thomas will clear the rebound.
And right now it looks like Capital's offense has gotten stagnant. That's 3 straight shots for Green because nobody else is really in the flow of the offense.
Yeah, they don't look as quick or as much energy as they did to start the game. And Clary's got the hot hand. You want to keep going to him. A.J. Thomas almost lost it. Finds Clary. They dap it down to Clark. They double team him. A.J. Thomas for three. It doesn't go. Long rebound, though. Rainey able to get it.
And you can see the defense is really cheating towards Preston Clary.
Here's Rainey with it, and there's going to be a foul. I'm surprised they didn't call a foul. They get the ball down low. Clark, tough shot, and he's able to score.
First basket of the night for Kingston Clark. I think he was a little tentative the first time he received it in the post.
Capital lead only 2. Down low to Green. They got a mismatch. Throw the ball back out. Back to Green. He'll spot up on the baseline. It won't go. The tip is no good. And Clark with the rebound. Beckley with a chance to tie or take a lead that they haven't had since early in the game. Burdett down the lane, and he is fouled and will get to the line.
And that's going to be 2 shots for Gage Burdett, and that's going to be on Morgan. That'll be his 3rd.
Nice drive down the lane, and Burdett will shoot a pair and try to get Beckley even. Beckley's last lead was 4-3. They've only led twice in the game, 2-0, as I mentioned, 4-3. And Burdett's first free throw is no good. And, you know, Eric, I could tell he was going to miss that shot when it left his hand.
When it left his hand, it looked a little left.
And Coach Miller for Capital is not happy with the current group on the floor. He's making wholesale changes.
Well, when you play, he played 11 players in the first half. I mean,
and Harris into the game. I liked it. He had a good first half. Harris into the game. Thomas into the game for Capital. And Bolger also into the game for the Cougars. Burdett's second free throw. He makes 1 of 2, and Capital's lead is only 1. So here's Thomas with it, coming up on the 3-minute mark of the 3rd quarter.
You don't need to reach here. You just
almost got the turnover. A lot of contact there with no whistle.
Yeah, a lot of contact.
And Green, I'm surprised he got the big man out there handling the ball. And Capital almost turned it over 3 times on this possession. And into the lane. And it's an offensive foul. And Beckley with a chance to get the lead for the first time since it was 4-3 early in the game.
And Darius Thomas and the defense sped up Capital a little bit. And Gage Burdett takes another one for the team, literally.
Yeah, Capital had a hard time handling the ball, and I think that's what got him in trouble in that possession. Clark had it, lost it, picked up by Harris. Harris on the move. Here's a 3 on its way, doesn't go. The putback by Green won't go. Tipped up by Thomas won't go. Capital had 3 good looks, and he couldn't get it to go. Bolger missed his 3rd shot. Clary shoots for the lead, got it, and Beckley is in front for the first time since it was 4-3 way back in the first quarter.
They've gotten back in this game defensively.
And Preston Clary, his offense has carried the way for Beckley.
25.
He had 26 on Saturday in their win at Buchanan. Ball is knocked free, or knocked loose,
touched,
rather, and
yes.
It's out of bounds. It'll stay with Capital.
If you're Lucas Rainey right there, what do you have to do? You got to run after that ball.
Yeah, you got to go after it, right?
Yeah, don't concede it.
Yeah.
You got to go. You have to run after that as Beckley dips into its bench and brings in Isaiah Jones.
So Beckley's held Capital only 7 points to this part of the game, Eric, and here in the 3rd quarter. Only 7 points thus far here in the 3rd.
Yeah, right now at this juncture in the quarter, they've outscored them 13-7.
Here's Capital. Around the screen, shooting over the big fella. That was a good job by Jones.
A good contest.
Yeah, and he made the shot that time by Williams to go a little arc, but on the rebound, I think we got a Beckley foul.
And it's going to be on Jones. But you like the effort for the young man.
We watched the replay there again,
and he did.
And you know what? But I think that's play Coach Kidd that he won't mind that.
Yeah, that's a hustle play.
Yeah.
He's going to try to get the rebound.
So Williams for Capital will put the ball in play. Bolger has it. Now here's Thomas.
This is a bad switch here. He's going to have to lay off.
Harris spots up 3. It won't go. Battle for the rebound. The putback by Bolger, and Capital ties the game.
The big fella, Cam Bolger, goes and gets it and puts it in. A much-needed bucket by Capital.
Coming up on the final minute of the third quarter. This has been a very exciting, entertaining game. Glad you're with us on Video Productions. Jones finds Thomas in the corner. Back to Jones in the low post. Jones loses the ball. Capital on a run out. Here's Harris. Down the lane, splits the defenders, puts it up. It doesn't go, but he'll draw the foul and get to the line. That's a nice play that time by Harris of Capital.
And I think they're going to get Gage Burdett on the run out. And just wasn't set, definitely wasn't set, but I like him contesting that and making them earn it at the free throw line.
Like I said, Harris, I felt, gave Capital a lift in the first half coming off the bench. He's played really well here for Capital. So Harris will shoot a pair.
He's 1 of 1 from the free throw line as he had a three-point play early in the first.
And he hits that one, and Capitals regain the lead. Checking in will be Tyson for Capital. Also, Scott will check in for Capital. Beckley will have Wines and Robinson check in. As Cameron Harris makes them both, and Capital has a 2-point lead. Final 50 seconds of the quarter. Quarter number 3. Here's Robinson off the dribble. And now they get the ball to Preston Clary.
Got the switch that you needed right here.
Clary off the dribble, into the lane, head and shoulder fake, finds Burdett. They cut him off. Clary leans in, tough shot, and he'll draw the foul.
Good aggressive offense right there by Preston Clary again as he gets to the free throw line. And we look here, reset the offense. Gage Burdett does a great job of getting it back to the hot hand, and a nice take. Got him with the body, and Preston will step to the free throw line.
Yeah, you got to love that good, hard dribble drive penetration into the center of the lane by Preston Clary. He will shoot a pair and try to get the game tied for Beckley. First free throw on its way is good. So he's working on quite a night, right, Eric? What's he got?
26.
26. This will equal his career and season high, and he got that on Saturday against Buchanan. So he has been the main offensive machine for Beckley. Left that one short, and we got a whistle. And what do we got? We got a violation on Capital, so that could be a very big play in this game.
So let me ask you, for the scoring purposes, that doesn't go as a miss.
That does not go as a miss, just like it never happened. Second free throw by Clary is good, and that could be very, very costly because he left that one short, and Capital would have had the rebound and a 1-point lead. Now we're tied. Final 20 seconds of the third quarter. Last shot
if you're
time.
Beckley, you can play real aggressive defense here because you have 3 fouls to give. Just don't foul a shooter, but play some good defense.
Trying to get the spacing. Now they give the ball to Tyson. He's going to have to go 7 to shoot. Tyson shaking and baking. Scott on a drive into the lane, and he lost it, I believe, and the ball was knocked out of bounds, so it'll stay with Capital with .4. So you can still get a shot with .4.
Yeah, it's going to have to be something quick or to the rim, but on the replay there, I don't know.
Bolger for 3, count if it goes, and it's short, and we're going to the fourth quarter all even. At the end of 3, it's Beckley 43, Capital 43. Back with the fourth quarter coming up next here on Video Productions.
I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
Heading to the fourth quarter, and tonight's game is brought to you in part by Hart's Cabinets, located at MacArthur, West Virginia. They have quality custom cabinets. They're a proud sponsor of local sports. You can dial them up at 304-252-2917. Well, Eric, all even, 43 apiece. And first one to 60. Maybe neither team will get to 60.
Hey, great defense. Both teams really contesting shots, really. But if you're Beckley, you got it to where you want to be going into the fourth quarter even with a chance to just whoever wins the quarter wins the game, right?
That's right. Here's a nice drive for Capital. The shot is no good. That shot was put up by Tyson, and Clary clears the rebound. He's been Mr. Everything for Beckley here tonight. Burdett has it. Rainey on the drive to the basket, and he'll draw the foul and get to the line. And of course, Eric, I think if you're Capital, if you'd have told Coach Miller that going into the fourth quarter on the road at Beckley you would be even, I think he probably would have taken that.
Definitely would have, but great aggressive drive right there and a good curl
by Rainey.
And getting to the free throw line. But if you're Beckley, this is where you got to stay in the game. You got a chance to win the game. You got to make the free throws.
So Lucas Rainey, the senior, will shoot 2 free throws, and Beckley trying to regain the lead. First free throw is good, and Beckley does regain the lead as they lead by 1. And Capital, I think, wants a timeout, or do they just maybe bringing in a new player? Once again, you got to be tucked in. And Chandler will check in. Second free throw coming for Rainey. And the young man Tyson looks like he's leaving the playing area. Maybe there's some blood or something. I'm not sure. Maybe that's why he had to come out of the game, as he's going back to the training table. And that must be the thing, because I thought maybe he wasn't tucked in, but now he's coming back to the bench. Not really sure what the holdup is. They said 2, but he's already made 1. The official, I think, just made a mistake right there because he put up 2 fingers. And now maybe need some clarification, because Randy made the first of 2. And it's 1 shot. They got it worked out, whatever it was. Now it is 1 shot. Rainey. And the free throw is good. So Beckley with the 2-point advantage. Capital breaks the pressure. And they go in for an easy layup. And that was too easy, a defensive breakdown. Harris able to catch that pass, Eric, and go all the way to the rim and lay it in. And we got an offensive foul on Beckley on a legal screen. They'll get A.J. Thomas for the foul.
It'll be his second
play.
team.
Well, we can't quite see it. That's out of our screen. But Capital now, and every possession's big in this tie game.
Yeah, and you can't have a player control foul on your offense right there if you're Beckley, because possessions are big or huge, especially in the tie basketball game.
They try to run the pick and roll. Scott has it on the baseline. They try to get the ball down low. They do, and Chandler able to catch, shoot, and score. Capital now back in front. Clary on a spin move. They cut him off. Rainey dials it up for 3, in and out. Wow, that ball was halfway down and popped back out. Capital on the move with Chandler. Here's Thomas for Capital. And Harrison will set the offense. A 3 ball by Scott won't go. Battle for the rebound, an offensive rebound. Chandler, and he can't handle it. And it's out of bounds, and it'll go over to Beckley. But good effort by Capital.
Yeah, got lucky there if you're Beckley. Another offensive rebound for Capital.
Robinson will check in, and Rainey will have a seat for the Flying Eagles. Robinson for the lead. It's short. Battle for the rebound, and Clary with an offensive board. Clary spins, goes up, count if it goes, and he's fouled. What a night for Preston Clary. This is a career night.
I think that's going to be whistled on.
And foul's going to be on Harris.
On Harris, yes.
As Clary with a three-point play possibility. It is, and Beckley's regained the lead. What's he got?
That's his 30th point.
30 points, career high. 30, the team's 48. And here's Thomas, and he's going to have to hurry up and get the ball across the midcourt stripe. Bolger with it, finds Scott. Scott on the baseline drive into the lane. Harris puts his head down, gets into the lane, little scoop shot, won't go, got his own rebound, put it back up, and he'll draw the foul. And that's not a bad foul by Clark because Harris was going to look like he was going to put it back in, and Clark commits the foul.
And it's going to be Kingston Clark's second foul.
So there's the rebound, Eric. You can see the foul right there.
Yeah, correct
right
call. And this is Harris going to the free throw line as he's 2 of 2 on the night.
So Harris trying to hit both of them and regain the lead for Capital, and he hits the first.
Silky smooth at the free throw line.
And that gets the game tied at 48 with 5.5 remaining here in regulation. The Capitals had no answer for Preston Clary, a career night, 30 points. As Camden Harris shoots for the lead for Capital. On its way, and Capitals regain the lead.
And looks like they're going to put a little length on Preston Clary now as Chandler draws the duties.
Clary trying to back him down into the lane. They double team him. Burdette, 15-footer, got it, and Beckley's regained the lead.
Gage Burdette really elevates on that mid-range jumper.
Yeah, that was a nice-looking shot right down the chute for Beckley to go back up by 1.
And a great job offensively by Clary, recognizing that the defense is really drawn to him and giving it up to Burdette.
Pick and roll, Chandler down low. In traffic, he lost it as Clary comes out of there with a loose ball.
Big possession here with a chance to go up 3.
Beckley maybe want to spread their offense out a little bit. 4.5 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Beckley with the ball and leads by 1. Robinson, a 3-ball in the corner. Bounces around and won't go. Tipped around out of bounds. I think it'll be Capital's ball.
No, I think that's going to be Beckley ball.
Let's see.
If we can see on the replay. I think the only 2 people to hit it.
And I'm not sure. I haven't seen a signal as Robinson went down, but I think they're going to give the ball to Capital.
That was awful.
Yeah, but I mean, it may be, but I'm saying the official, I was watching him. Capital will have possession of the ball. So Scott will put it in play. Beckley up 1. Beckley will show full court pressure. The ball comes into Williams. Both teams with 2 team fouls. So coming down to crunch time, nervous time in this game. Green on the drive, bulls his way to the basket, lays it up, it won't go, tipped around. A.J. Thomas gets the rebound for Beckley.
Well, Kingston Clark hung in the air for that.
Rainey catches the pass and he blows the layup, and Clark over the back. And Clark that will be, I think, his 4th foul. Is that correct?
That would be Kingston's, third.
Kingston Clark's 3rd foul. And a golden opportunity for Beckley to add to their lead as Rainey couldn't get the layup to go, and then Clark commits the foul.
Back-to-back possessions where Beckley's had a chance to extend the lead and missed a wide-open 3 and a layup. That's a 5-point swing either way.
And put a lot of pressure on Capital as now it'll be Spencer to bring it up. DJ Spencer for Capital. We're under 4 for the game here in regulation.
I look for him to run a pin down because A.J. Thomas is outmatched in the post here.
Around the horn they go. They look like they had what they wanted in the post with Green.
They did. You're going to have to dig. If you're the help side defender, you're going to have to pay attention. If you're Gage Burdette, whoever, and now A.J. Thomas is fronting the big.
Bring the ball back out, reset the offense. It's nervous time here in Beckley. Capital with possession, down a point. as we get ready to go under 3 minutes for regulation. Here's a shot from the corner of three. It doesn't go. The rebound is A.J. Thomas. That shot was put up by Spencer. Thomas ahead of the field to Clary. Into the lane. Leans it in and puts it in with the left hand as he leans in with the left hand. And Beckley with a three-point advantage. Quickly back the other way. Capital missed the layup. There's Preston Clary with the rebound. Clary coast to coast. Good smart play to slow it down. 2.5 minutes remaining here in regulation. Beckley with the ball in a 3-point lead.
Almost a steal on the overplay right there, and this is a good timeout.
Yes, good timeout. 2:22 left here in the fourth quarter. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them, be right back with Beckley leading 52-49.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
And it's nervous time here in Beckley. Glad you're with us here on Video Productions. Maris Lowry, Eric Thomas, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins producing and directing, Jackie Moon on camera. Beckley, Eric with the ball, and they lead by 3, 52-49. The team foul situation, Beckley's committed 3, Capital's committed 2. As A.J. Thomas will put the ball in play for Beckley right here in front of us.
And let's see what they draw up here out of the timeout. But you have to know that Capital's going to really deny Preston Clary. And he's played smart up to this point to really let the offense come to him. And if you're Beckley, if it's not there, you pick this dribble up. If it's not there, reset the offense.
Yep, and they got Williams all over Preston Clary. Burdett on the drive.
Well, I think he had a lane to go.
Nifty move by A.J. Thomas down the lane. And Beckley doesn't want the shot. They want to pull the ball back out and run a little clock.
And I think this is smart. They passed up maybe two chances for a layup.
Yeah, try to get
timeout.
Maybe a backdoor layup, and now Beckley will have to call a timeout. 1:36 remaining in regulation. 52-49 the lead. And while we got a minute, I'll let you know that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. Pasquale's has all your favorite Italian dishes, plus sandwiches, salads, and seafood. Catering and private parties are available. Book your next event at Pasquale's at 304-255-5253. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Allstate Insurance. Allstate Insurance located at Market Road in Beckley. Lori Richmond, the agent, she's my agent, takes great care of me. It'll take great care of you. You can dial her up at 304-252-8646. You're in good hands with Allstate. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Edward Jones Financial Advisors. And there are 4 financial advisors that you can look into that help you with retirement, or even if you're not retired, just with your finances. Ben Worley, Heather Cantley, Tracy Houck, or Brooke Dempsey. All right, Eric, out of the timeout. 3-point advantage for Beckley. 52-49, 1:36 left here in the fourth quarter. One of the hardest things is to get the ball in, right? And they get it in on the far sideline as A.J. Thomas will put it in play.
Yeah, and if you have to understand the situation here if you're Beckley. You got 2 things going for you. You have the ball and you have the possession there.
And we got a foul.
That could be an intentional.
Let's see. I don't think they call it an intentional.
Well, but he never made a play on the ball.
Right. The foul's on Spencer. So yeah, just play on. It's a foul. That's his fourth, the team's third. So each team's got 3 team fouls.
And if you can't, if you're Beckley, no push off here. You can't push off. Yeah, get it in clean.
If you're Capital, Eric, pretty soon you got to think about fouling. And they almost get the steal, and they do get the steal. That was a brilliant play by Isaiah Scott to knock that ball off the leg of A.J. Thomas and turn it over as we see the replay.
Yeah.
What a tremendous defensive play. So Capital,
great play by Capital.
Capital doesn't need a 3. They're down 3, 1:20 remaining. Here in regulation, they go to Green, got a mismatch, a little turnaround shot, and Green able to score to cut the lead to 1. Burdett coming up on the final minute of the fourth quarter. And Beckley throws it away. And Capital wants a timeout with 53.5 remaining in regulation. Capital with a chance to regain the lead, a full timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, grab me one too.
With Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry. And Eric, we got exactly what we thought we would get. A great game, as always, between these two teams. 53.5 seconds left here in regulation. And Capital has the ball, and they're down 1, 52-51.
And if you're Beckley, you don't want to foul a jump shooter, and you got to try to force him into a tough shot and secure the rebound.
Both teams have committed 3 team fouls, so each team has a foul to give as the ball will come back into Spencer for Capital. They get the ball in the low post. Green's doubled. They throw into the lane. Scott, the little short shot, won't go. Burdett with the rebound, and now Capital will have to foul, and they do. So they got to foul one more time to get Beckley at the line.
Yeah, and I think they'll have 2 people on Preston Clary.
A.J. Thomas will throw it in. 40.6 remaining regulation. Beckley trying to secure the ball. And now A.J. Thomas would be the one to foul, I would think. And they got Burdett trapped. And I don't think Rainey would be the one to foul. And Beckley calls a timeout. So we'll keep it here. I'm surprised that Capital didn't foul A.J. Thomas.
Yeah, I don't think they were, they probably were instructed if you don't get that first steal to get a foul.
And they didn't do it.
And good timeout here by Ron Kidd, though. But it's so hard to get the basketball in from this angle, as you saw.
Right.
The short corner. It's really tough at half court right here to get it in.
Well, the one thing here, if you do get it in, and if you're Capital, I think with 32.4 left in regulation, if you don't get a steal, you got to foul. That puts Beckley at the line, and Beckley could extend the lead to 3. But you got to be strong with the ball. As we saw the last time, Beckley threw the ball away, and when Capital applied the pressure. So we'll see how this all works out. This has been a fabulous game. We'll be back here again tomorrow night. Beckley will take on Oak Hill. We'll be on the air at 7 o'clock, tip at 7:30. And Eric and I and our crew will have it. Great job, as always, producing and directing by the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, Jackie Moon on camera, and A.J. Thomas will get set to put the ball in play. And you want to look for your better free throw shooters, and I got to believe that Rainey, I know that Rainey is actually going to be Preston Clary to throw it in now. So maybe he'll throw it in and maybe try to get it back. Maybe. But I think I would foul A.J. Thomas if he gets the ball. And they get the ball to Clark. And now they almost got it turned over. No foul, a lot of contact. Rainey has it. Here comes the double team. Rainey's in trouble, and Beckley has to call a timeout. Beckley very fortunate to maintain the possession there, Eric.
Yeah, ricochet and a little panic on the Beckley players. Right here, and they were fortunate, as you see, once it got in, it kind of pinballed and ricocheted back to Kingston Clark, and then Rainey was trapped.
In trouble. Yeah, he was trapped.
He was trapped.
And that was heads up. It happened right in front of the Beckley bench. So Coach Gronkidd able to call a timeout to save that possession. But you can see how tight it is to get the ball in.
And we said at the top of the broadcast, you had to be what with the basketball?
Strong with the ball.
You have to be strong with the ball because you're not going to – the refs aren't going to bail you out.
No.
You're going to have to be strong with the ball if you're Beckley.
And that's what I said, when they had Preston Clary to throw it in to get it back, and that's probably the same case here. Throw it in
and
it
was
back.
A great play to do it. But you got to get it to Gage in the backcourt.
They do. And Capital's going to have to foul. They get the steal. Ball's loose. Capital comes out with the steal. Here's Green down the lane. Little short shot for the win. It goes with 13 seconds. Maybe not the win. Beckley still has a chance. Rainey back up the floor. 7 seconds left. Everybody on their feet. Burdett. And Beckley will call a timeout with 2.7 as Capital has a 1-point lead. And here's something that was helter-skelter, Eric, and Green almost turned it over there as he goes down the lane, and a lot of contact, no whistle either way, and he got the sweet roll, and Capital leads by 1.
And Green has 8 points. Well, that was his 10th point, and they've all come at big junctures in the basketball game.
If you're Capital, you can't foul, but now you allow Capital to set up their defense. 3 seconds. You got to be quick. You got to get it in. One pass and probably a shot.
Yeah, and this is the same scenario with the Greenbrier
East game. Only
coming down to the last shot.
Yeah. Yep. So Capital has got a 1-point lead with 3 seconds remaining. Decent crowd here tonight on this Monday night before Christmas, and most of them are on their feet. They have been really entertained to a very exciting basketball game here tonight.
And we said, 43-43 to start the fourth. Whoever won the quarter, of course, wins the game, and it's Capital 10 points right now to 9 for Beckley.
And as I say, you can't have Clary inbounding the ball because he's got to take the last shot, right? Because you don't have time to inbound it and then get it back, and they're going to set a screen for Clary as Burdett will trigger it in. And let's see if Capital wants a timeout. I don't think so. So 3 seconds left. And like I said, Capital's over the limit. They have 4 fouls. If they commit a foul, Beckley will be at the line with a chance to win the game. Here we go. Looking for Clary. They get the ball to Rainey, and Beckley throws it away. Burdett was trying to get the ball to Rainey in the corner, and it goes right through his hands. And now Capital just got to basically get it in there because Beckley's got to foul him twice. And Capital will call a timeout. Wow.
3 turnovers in the last
4 possessions.
4 possessions for Beckley.
Yes. But that pass was a bullet that went right through the hands of Rainey, and I'm surprised they would go to Rainey in the corner. I think maybe they couldn't get the ball to Preston Clary. We'll watch the replay and see.
Well, if you look, they had they set a down screen for Clary, and he was coming off of a Kingston Clark curl. See, he was going to come
coming up.
And coming up.
And they go to the corner, and that ball had some smoke on it. Goes right through the hands of Rainey. And now, Beckley, you have to foul, obviously, if you don't get the steal, because you got to foul twice. And with 2 seconds, they can pretty much get it in twice and win the game. Now, that's easier said than done. But this has been a battle. Back and forth we've gone here in this second half, especially in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's just one of those games you have to learn. It looks like the Beckley faithful, a lot of them going to the exits.
Well, you never know. It's not over till it's over. Now, they got .2, but I thought it was 2 seconds rather than .2. Correct?
Yeah, it's 2 seconds.
2 full seconds, but they've got .2. They're going to have to fix that. There should be 2 seconds remaining on the clock, not .2. And I think the officials are now they got it corrected. But the big thing, you got to get it in. And if they get it in, Beckley's got a foul. I mean, even if Capital threw the ball the length of the floor, it didn't go out of bounds. There it is. There comes the length of the floor pass. And it's touched. And that'll be the ball game. And that'll be it. And Capital will steal a 1-point win over Beckley in a very exciting, entertaining game. Your final score, Capital 53 and Beckley 53-52. With the win, Capital will go to 4-1. Beckley will fall to 1-2. We'll take a quick break, come back and get you to the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show coming up next here on Video Productions.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a little general store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
We asked the real experts what they think of our Chevys and GMCs, and they didn't hold back.
Come here. Come on. I like the noise of it.
They tested the seats, the screens, and the tires as well. Now it's your turn. Northside Chevy GMC, approved by kids, loved by everyone. Chevrolet, together let's drive. GMC, we are professional grade.
Northside Chevy, where they are right.
Fans got their money's worth tonight. What a sensational basketball game we had here at the Raleigh County Convention Center. And the final score, Capital comes up on top as they beat Beckley 53-52. And Eric, as you said, at the end of the third quarter, with the game tied at 43, and whoever wins this last quarter is going to win the game. And that was the case, as Capital was 1 point better than Beckley. And Beckley had some terrible turnovers coming down the stretch. But, you look at Beckley and you say, this is a really good team. They're 1-2, and they've lost each of their 2 home games by a total of 3 points. In both of those games, the Greenbrier East game that you and I did last week and tonight have come all the way down to the final possession, and Capital able to get the win. Capital is now 4-1. Beckley's 1-2. Beckley led 2-0, then 4-3, and then Capital pretty much led throughout the first half. They led by as many as 8 in the first quarter. 19-11. They led 20-14. Did Capital after 1. They got up to a 7-point lead in the second quarter, and Beckley closed it to 4 at the break, where Capital led 32-28. And then Beckley was able to get their first lead in that third quarter since it was 4-3. And as we talked about just a minute ago, the game was tied 43-43, and that's when obviously Eric made the comment, started the fourth quarter, you got to win this last quarter, and Capital was able to do that by outscoring Beckley 10-9 in that fourth quarter, Eric, and to win a thrilling, exciting game 53-52.
Yeah, definitely. In Capital, hats off to them, man. They battled all night. They led for most of the first half. Beckley able to take over, and take over the third quarter, tied up, and Capital won the fourth quarter 10-9.
And Eric, see if you agree with me on this. I think the play, in my mind, in my opinion, that helped really turn the game. Beckley had the ball in a 1-point lead, and that turnover happened right here in front of us when Capital, the young man, Isaiah Scott, made that great turnover, hitting the ball off the leg of A.J. Thomas, and then Capital went and scored. But I think that, to me, is kind of what helped maybe flip things in Capital's direction.
Yeah, exactly. And Capital was going to have to start fouling had they not turned Beckley over, because Beckley had done a great job running it down from probably 220-something to 139.
And one thing also that you mentioned, rightfully so, Beckley missed an open 3, and then they also missed a layup when they would have had the lead. And they had the ball and a 3-point lead at one point in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
And they couldn't add to that lead.
That was where they could not extend the lead.
Yeah.
And Capital played, great defense and held on for the victory.
Yeah, Beckley led 52-49, and then Capital scored the last 4 points. But anyway, we'll take another break. When we come back, we'll go inside the numbers here in the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. Final score, Capital beats Beckley 53-52. We'll be right back.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
Putting the finishing touches on this great basketball game here at the Raleigh County Convention Center in Beckley as Capital finds a way to come on the road and beat Beckley 53-52. We're going to go inside the numbers. Inside the numbers brought to you by Direct Choice Pre-Owned Vehicles. They're located at 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley. West Virginia's best selection and best prices for pre-owned vehicles. Direct Choice is a proud sponsor of local student athletes. Also, inside the numbers brought to you in part by Allstate Insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate, and you're in good hands with Lori Richmond at your agent. She's on Market Road in Beckley. You can dial Lori up at 304-252-8646. Eric, you have the numbers.
Okay, the numbers, man. As you see, the final score is 53-52, Maris, and the numbers show how closely contested this game was. Capital got us 53 points off of 13 twos, 6 3-pointers, went to the free throw 11 times, made 9 of them. That's 82%. And 53 points. They had balance. They had 11 people score.
Wow, that is.
I mean, 11 people scored.
That's almost unheard of.
And 6 of them with 6 or more points.
Yeah, that's almost unheard of.
That's unheard of. And they were led by Josiah Green, the big fella, made every big bucket they needed and had the game winner after a turnover in transition. He had 10 points. Camden Harris had 9, and knocking on double figures door was Deshaun Williams, who was the team's second leading scorer with 7 points. Beckley had 52 points on 13 twos, 4 3-pointers. They went to the free throw line 17 times, made 14 of them. That's 83% from the free throw line. And they were led from the big night of Preston Clary. He had 32 of the 52 points. Lucas Rainey had 10. Gage Burdett 5, and rounding out the scoring was Isaiah Jones with 2 points. The freshman chipped in with 2, and Kingston Clark with 2.
Of course, Eric, you would agree Beckley had so many chances to win, and especially when they had the ball and up 3. And they had the ball with the lead on a couple occasions coming down the stretch. But as I mentioned, Preston Clary obviously has been outstanding these last 2 games. In the win against Buchanan, where he got 26 of the team's 48. Tonight he gets 32 of the team's 52, but they're going to have to find somebody else that can help him on the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, and they have. Lucas Rainey came on with 10. Gage Burdett is a capable scorer. A.J. Thomas has to get in the mix. The senior has to get 6 to 8 points a night to help get some victories, man. A tough schedule coming up for for Beckley.
And speaking of that, and I think you would agree with this, if you're Beckley, this loss is painful, but I think it's better that they play tomorrow rather than have to sulk in for a couple days and go to practice because they don't have time. They'll have a shoot-around tomorrow afternoon, and they get ready for Oak Hill tomorrow night.
Another big rivalry game coming in here and trying to get a win. And you're right, I'd much rather play tomorrow night.
Yes, and like I said, I'm sure they'll go over a couple of things in their shoot around, but the players want to play. But a loss like this, you don't want this to turn into 2 losses, and that'll be a big key into tomorrow's game.
Yeah, and you have to have your senior leadership, Preston Clary and AJ Thomas, and they have to get the kids rally around. Man, it's a marathon, not a sprint, and that's the good thing about basketball. You can have these losses, but these losses can be character builders, and see how they come out and play tomorrow night.
That is well said, and that'll do it for us tonight. We appreciate everybody here from the staff at Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School, the athletic director, Andrew Pinnick, that helped us out with our preparation of the broadcast. Also, Jackie Moon, as always, doing a fabulous job on camera. What would we be? We'd be nowhere without the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. From my partner, Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry, repeating the final score. It was Capital. They beat Beckley in a thriller, 53-52. Good night, everybody.